Meet the woman who is allergic to cold. Now, I have absolutely no idea how that could possibly be possible. I don't know if allergic is the right word. Maybe you just have really bad blood circulation. I don't know. But what I do know is you would not survive in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I used to go to school in negative 30 degrees. Okay, anyways, how's it going, friends? It's your boy, RobertIDK here, back on another track. We are back with our friends at My Story Animated. You know what it is. We made the return very recently, and it was fun, and I really miss doing animation, but we're back! My Story Animated, people. Check them out if you like this video. They made the animation! I'm just the idiot who's just yelling and saying dumb stuff throughout it. My Story Animated. How is this person allergic to cold? Are you going to tell us? Because I don't understand.
If you get hit by a car, hit it back. Be a man.
That didn't answer my question. All right, let's just jump right into it, people. I am allergic to cold. Video starting in 3, 2, 1. Whoa.
Hello, I'm Karen.
Hi, Karen.
And today I'll share with you how my disease complicated my life and got me in trouble.
Disease, so not an allergy.
But before I move on, like the video and hit the subscribe button with the notification bell.
Okay, Karen, not even I ask for likes that quickly. We're 10 seconds in. I don't ask for likes 10 seconds in, but evidently this video got 428,000 likes. So clearly I need to start asking within 10 seconds. Anyways, guys, like the video, okay? Moving on.
Rumor has it that if you do so, you'll get taller by 5 inches tomorrow.
What? Wow, it worked. Guys, try it. Hit the like button.
Sierra and I have been best friends since kindergarten. We used to do everything together.
Aww.
And by everything, I literally mean everything.
Wait. What was that? What was that? Were you guys filming a special video together or something? What the heck was that? I could say that I do everything with my friend, but typically that doesn't involve whatever this is. I can't say I've ever done this with a friend. Anyways, okay. I won't survive if I psychoanalyze this early on. Let's go.
She was also the only one who knew about my cold allergy. At the age of 5, I was diagnosed with a rare disease called cold urticaria, which means that I get a severe skin rash whenever I get exposed to cold.
Really?
That meant I had to stay warm all the time.
Then why are you wearing this, silly?
I couldn't enjoy eating ice cream or drinking ice smoothies, so my body
Not
temperature
missing that
wouldn't go
much.
down. And in winter, I had to wear multiple layers. I always looked like a giant bear with my super huge raincoats.
Yo, honestly, as a boy from Canada, we all looked like that. There was no such thing as style. Growing up in Canada, there was no such thing as style during the winter. We all just looked like South Park characters. I think some people have gotten pretty good at like being stylish during the winter in Canada, but for the most part, guys, if you're wearing winter clothes, there's no way to look cool, honestly.
I also couldn't enjoy playing in the snow, and Sierra would always come to my house and spend time with me inside. She was the best. However, that all changed when we got to high school. Sierra came from a rich family.
Okay.
Her dad owns a chain of fast food restaurants across the country. My parents, on the other hand, were both teachers.
Why does everyone in these animations have a super rich best friend? Is that just a thing that people do? I never had a super rich best friend. Is that a thing? Anyways.
When students knew that she was rich, they all wanted to become friends with her. Guys wanted to invite her to their activities, and
Fake people.
boys wanted to date her, but they always invited her alone. No one wanted me to join. One time, Alice, one of the most popular girls, approached us while we were having lunch and invited Sierra to her birthday party. And then she added, "The invitation is for you only."
That's so not cool! That is so not cool! Yo, any kids watching? You need to find a private moment to ask your friend if they want to go to your birthday party. Don't hand out the invitation when someone who's not invited is right there. That ain't cool, people. It ain't cool. Please, don't make it awkward for people.
I knew that she wanted to get under my skin with that comment, but I couldn't care less. I told Sierra to go.
Okay.
I didn't like Alice anyway. After
Ooh.
that, Sierra started getting tons of invitations, and we stopped seeing each other as much.
What's
Then
wrong with
something
Karen?
unexpected happened during chemistry class. The teacher assigned all the students to work in pairs. I had to work with Hudson, the hottest boy at school. He was the captain of the football team. Hudson and I started working on...
There's so many football team captains and quarterbacks in these animations. Guys, we need to stop perpetuating the stereotype of the quarterback being the cool guy. What about the weird, nerdy dudes who say embarrassing things? because they are socially awkward. Like me. We can become successful too, people. Why aren't we sought after in high school? Actually, to be fair, there were a lot of girls who liked me in high school, and I was just way too awkward to do anything about it.
Hudson and I started working on the project together, but soon enough, he confessed his feelings for me.
Ooh.
And we started dating. Hudson was the cutest. He cared for me so much that he came to drive me to school every day. For the first time in my life, I felt like a princess. But
Aw.
somehow, Sierra didn't like that. When she saw me
Sierra,
walking
you
hand in hand
privileged
with
woman,
Hudson,
stop.
She was surprised. She came rushing and asked, "Are you two a couple?" I answered
Yeah.
happily, "Yes, I haven't had the chance to tell you because you seem always busy lately.
Oh,
How about we all go for dinner
no.
together?" Sierra added with a strange look, "Sure, I'd love to get to know my best friend's BF." I smiled, and we agreed to meet
we
at
got the
this fast food
tension.
restaurant.
The tension is starting. The tension is starting. This relationship seems perfect. What could possibly go wrong? Karen, my love, I have to tell you something. My dad works for a refrigerator company.
I love refrigerators.
Our house is always 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Surely there's no medical issue that would prevent that from being okay. Right?
But the moment we walked in, Sierra had a disgusted look on her face and said, "I can't eat here. Let's go to another restaurant. I'll pay."
Let's go
I
to a
didn't
restaurant for
like it,
popular
but I
people.
said nothing because Hudson didn't seem to mind. Kept
Hudson
half
didn't
in-
seem to mind. It kind of looks like he minds. It kind of looks like Hudson's having an existential crisis because of this fast food comment. Hudson didn't seem to mind. He was just doing with his face, which is his normal resting face. You know, people make fun of him for it, but you know, I still love him.
But things like this kept happening. Whenever the three of us were hanging out, Sierra would pick the most expensive place of all
Oh,
and pay for
jeez.
us all. Hudson liked it, but
Okay.
I was embarrassed and hurt by her way of showing off her money. So I stopped inviting her to
Suck.
hang out with us. But then her birthday came and she wanted to do something extravagant. She booked an exclusive ski trip, hotel, and plane tickets and invited
Okay.
her closest friends,
Okay.
including Hudson and I, for free. When
All
Sierra
right.
handed
Why
me the
not?
invitation,
Why not?
she said, "Oh, Karen, sorry if you can't make it." I had a feeling that she did that on purpose, so I responded, "Oh, don't worry, I'm coming." My parents freaked out when they heard I was going on the trip.
Why do they freak out? What's wrong with it? It isn't cold unless they're accidentally, by surprise, going to Antarctica. Is that what's happening? They were just showing a beach.
Being in cold weather would definitely increase my rash, and all my body would be swollen.
Wait, what's the cold weather? What?
She booked an exclusive ski trip, hotel, and
Oh, ski trip. No! Listen, Hudson, if you're a good boyfriend, you ain't going on that trip. You ain't going on that trip. That's a lesson, people. And listen, not everyone has to abide by these rules, but man, if I only know someone through my partner, my friendship with that person only goes as far as my relationship. Like, if my partner has a falling out with that friend, that person isn't my friend anymore.
You can't sit with us!
And if this person invites us both on a trip and my partner can't go, I ain't going. Yeah, I ain't going. These are principles, people. I don't know. That's just me. Hudson better not go on this trip or I will be very upset. But this is my story animated, so I feel like he probably will.
I didn't care. I didn't want to leave Hudson and Sierra alone for 4 days.
Oh, no.
So I packed up my things and went. And I wish I didn't. I spent
Stop
all my time in
wearing
the hotel. I
such
couldn't go
thin
outside.
clothing.
Hudson asked me multiple times, "Come with us, I'll teach you how to ski." But I had to lie and say, "I don't like skiing. I
Hudson,
prefer
do
reading.
something
So
inside
have
with your
fun, and I'll wait
partner."
for you here." Hudson and Sierra stayed together all the time.
No!
I saw their stories on
No!
Instagram and Snapchat, and I felt my blood boil. On the last day of
Makes
the trip,
sense.
however, while I was having coffee in the hotel's lobby, I saw Sierra and Hudson kiss outside in the snow. I couldn't believe my eyes, but I wasn't imagining things.
All right, Hudson, you're cut. You're cut. There's nothing you can do to redeem yourself to me now. All right, Hudson, you're no good. Both of these friends are no good. Karen, you better get some vengeance. Karen, vengeance for Karen. Hashtag Karen vengeance. That's what we're doing.
They were really kissing. I couldn't contain myself. I just gave up, ignoring all the alarms going through my
Oh,
head.
no.
I screamed at them, "What the heck is this?" Hudson was startled, but Sierra had a
Yeah, you
twisted smile
better
on
be.
her face. And she said, "You don't deserve him. You can't even join his activity.
Oh
You're
my
also
gosh.
a freak." She grabbed some snow
Oh
with
my
her hands
gosh.
and she threw it on my face.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
shocked to hear Sierra say such awful things. It took seconds for the rash to pop and then cover all.
Sierra, you are horrible.
And then I passed out. I woke up in the hospital feeling dizzy. I saw my parents sitting beside my bed.
These are the worst friends ever! Sierra, what kind of a horrible person are you? What awful human beings! Look at the sad parents. Unbelievable. Karen, I want to see some Karen vengeance so badly. Never in my life have I wanted to see Karen vengeance like I do right now.
They told me that my body went into shock. It needed 3 days to recover. I went back to school hoping that Sierra
College
would
school.
apologize to me, but instead, I found that she spread rumors about me saying that I was a gold digger and I was her best friend because she used to give me expensive gifts. I don't know what she told Hudson, but he too believed the lies she told.
Sierra, you are going down.
We are no longer together. I was enraged. I needed to take revenge.
Yep.
I knew that Sierra took pride in her long blonde hair. She took really good care of it.
Oh no, she gonna dye her hair while she's asleep? She gonna cut her hair off while she's asleep? That would be dastardly. That would be truly dastardly.
So while she was in sports class, I replaced her shampoo with a similar bottle that had hair removal cream. When she took a shower later and got out, she was half bald. I heard her loud scream coming from the girls' bathroom. She was hysterical.
Girls
and
are
came straight
evil.
to me and threatened me. You'll pay for this. I was so happy seeing her go ballistic.
What, you just
All the
admitted
other
that it was
students
you?
just laughed at her crazy. But unfortunately, I couldn't stay and enjoy that view. The principal called me to his office and I was expelled. But I couldn't care less. I told my parents that I didn't want to live there anymore, and we decided to move to Florida because it was warm all year round. I moved to a new school and I kept a low radar. I didn't make any real friends, and I kept the secret to myself. But Sierra's rumor stuck with me. I wasn't a gold digger. And to prove her wrong, I focused on my studies and graduated. And then I studied finance and business administration in college. I was working extremely hard, and I started my own company at 23 years.
And she cloned herself. Impressive. Very cool.
It was not long until I became one of the youngest successful women in the country.
Youngest successful woman? That's kind of a weird title, don't you think? Youngest successful. What does that mean? You can be successful and 8 years old. I feel like there's probably a better title you could have said, but okay. But evidently, Karen's now got the cash. So what's she gonna do? She gonna do an interview and say, "Oh, I really have to thank my awful friend Sierra. Her horrible actions towards me motivated me to become a millionaire. Thanks, Sierra. I hate you." Is that what's gonna happen? We're gonna find out.
But I always had to be careful. I managed my work from home because I hated air conditioners. My employees always wanted to have a meeting with me, but I couldn't. Most of the time I had online business meetings, and if I had to go, I would wear clothes that looked ridiculous in summer and even in the winter. I became rich, and I was able to help my parents quit their jobs and retire.
Aw,
but
yay.
I was lonely. I didn't have the courage to date other men because of what happened with Hudson. But then I met Zane. We met at a business conference for young entrepreneurs.
Aw.
The conference was in Hawaii, which was perfect for me. I went to the beach every afternoon and sunbathed without getting into the water. So one afternoon, Zane approached me and
Zane's
asked,
got that 4-pack. That's a weird looking 4-pack, not gonna lie, but hey, at least he's got it. At least he's got it.
So one afternoon, Zane approached me and asked, "Are you afraid of the water?" I looked at him suspiciously and asked with a cautious tone, "What do you mean?" But he simply said, "I've been watching you for a couple of days and you never seem to go in."
I've been watching you, Karen.
I immediately took a deep breath. His comment was innocent, and for the first time in my life, I felt like
Oh
sharing.
my, yeah, jeez, guys. Is that necessary? Is that necessary? Oh gosh, okay, moving on. Also, you can just admit, you can just say, I have this allergy. The world isn't gonna completely judge you for that. Like, most normal people are gonna be okay with that.
I said, "I can't. If I go in there, I might die." Zane was shocked and interested in hearing the whole story. So I told him. He was so compassionate towards me. We ended up talking all afternoon and then spending all of our time together. We started dating for a while and then we got married. I was so happy with the way things turned out. I thought I finally had my happy ending. I was rich, I had everything I needed, and I had a loving husband who really cared for me.
Okay, well, sounds good to me, right? Sounds like everything is coming up great. Only one problem. There's 3 minutes left in this animation. So how is this going to go horribly wrong? We're gonna have to find out.
But then I woke up one night to drink some water, and I noticed that Zane wasn't next to me. And before I got to the kitchen, I heard his voice coming from his office. "It's not the right time yet. She's totally in love with me. I need more time until she trusts me with her money."
Oh no!
I felt like an elephant sat on my chest. Was Zane planning something behind my back?
Yes!
I heard his footsteps, so I rushed back to my bed and pretended to be asleep. But my heart was pounding.
Oh my gosh!
The next day, I acted like everything was okay. We had breakfast like usual, and I even kissed him goodbye. But as soon as he left the house, I called a private detective and asked him to investigate Zane. And what I found was shocking.
Oh man. Why can't Karen trust anybody? Why are people so mean to the allergic to cold girl? Karen is a nice person. At least as far as I'm aware. I mean, maybe she's really rude and she's just describing herself as nice, as the victim. But I don't know. I don't know why everyone's trying to hurt our wonderful Karen over here. Maybe they're stereotyping.
Zane was Sierra's personal assistant. She was in the conference in Hawaii and saw me there. And when she knew that I became richer than her, she teamed up with Zane so they could rob me. Or at least get half of my fortune when we got a divorce. I couldn't believe that Sierra still held a grudge after all these years.
Sierra! No! Okay. You can still win. Well, first of all, you're female, so you're automatically going to be preferred in the divorce settlement. Second of all, if you need to record him. You need to record him making these evil plans, and then you get to keep your money. Or you could even sue him. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. But Karen, I think you can still win. You can still win.
I also felt sick to my stomach. The only man that I invited to my life wanted to hurt me. I was so in love with him that for a second, I thought that I could convince him to forget about Sierra and to stay with me. But I was smarter than that. So I took all the evidence that the detective collected and I hired a lawyer. I had to divorce him. Zane was shocked when he saw the divorce papers. He couldn't get a penny from me because I threatened him that if he asked for money, I would send all the evidence to the police and he would be in jail. As for Sierra, I threatened her with the same thing. I told her that if she ever tried to mess with me again, I would ruin her life. Sierra was terrified by the idea of jail, and she paid me $2 million to keep my mouth shut. I sold the house Zane and I used to live in, and I went to live with my parents so I could raise my child in peace.
Your child? What? Your child? This has got more complicated.
Yes, I found out after the divorce that I was pregnant with a baby girl. I called her Amy. I was thrilled when I had her. Amy was so beautiful. She had Zane's eyes and chin, but unfortunately, she had my disease. We found that out when she turned 7 years old.
And we bought her an ice cream cake for her birthday.
She was playing with her friends outside. One of them opened the plastic water pipe and aimed it at her. The water was cold, and she soon developed a rash. Her friends started screaming when they saw her. I rushed outside and I held her in my arms and took her to the hospital. A nice doctor treated her. I explained to him her condition.
Okay, are they gonna get married now?
He told me to get out of the room so he could treat her. Luckily, 2 hours—
Get out of the room so I can treat her! This doctor is smiling way too much for someone dealing with someone who's in critical condition.
She needed to stay a few more days in the hospital. I let out a sigh of relief and I thanked the doctor who couldn't take his eyes off me. The following days, he came by every day to say hi and check up on us. And on our last day in the hospital, he came over to me and said, "I kind of need to see Amy more. Can I visit her? Or would you prefer telling me more about her over a date?"
Oh, dude. Oh, geez. Doctors, come on. Let's have some professionalism here. Come on. Listen, could you maybe... Can you maybe, feed Amy some, ice cubes or something so that I have a reason to see your face again? Doctor, come on. You have a job to do. Just keep it professional.
I felt butterflies in my stomach. It had been 7 years since I went out with any man, so I said yes. 2 days later, I took Amy and went to meet the doctor in the park. We decided that it would be more fun if the first date was a fun one. Amy also needed to breathe fresh air. But while we were playing with her on the sand, I noticed that someone was watching me from afar. No. I looked closely, and it was Zane. He was looking back and forth between Amy and me.
No.
I knew that he figured out that Amy was his. You see, I never told him that I was pregnant. I grabbed Amy's hands abruptly and apologized to the doctor, who looked confused with my strange behavior. I went home, and I immediately booked 2 flight tickets to California.
Oh my gosh!
I will never let him take my child. Never.
Oh my gosh! That was aggressive. That was intense. Some of these just end very intensely. So me and the doctor went out on a date in the park, and Amy was getting some fresh air. I will never let him take my child. Okay. All right. I hope you're doing okay, Karen. I hope Karen and Amy are doing okay. I mean, you didn't literally need to just buy plane tickets and leave your entire life just because you saw the dude. I mean, I'm sure there's another option, but okay, that was crazy. As we would expect, you know how it is. My Story Animated, always coming with the heat, with the insanity. Did you like this video? I hope you did. Again, check out My Story Animated if you liked this video. Here's their channel right here. Here's the last animation we did from them. It was a very good time. Go check it out if you want. Or we did some spooky animations recently. They were very, very weird. If you haven't seen that, go check it out right here. Love you guys. Thank you for watching my stuff. Have a good day. Peace.